Hey everyone. Um, Let me get my screen share up. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna be reviewing the most recent compilation video from Libs of TikTok that they be putting together a lot of good compilations of all the woke people that's on TikTok, that just go crazy on there. At first, I was gonna title this "Woke Tards Gone Wild," but I don't know. I didn't know what to title this. But the meaning of woke has recently changed since 2020 and all those BLM riots. Before 2020, woke used to like pretty much mean like you're on the spiritual path of enlightenment and consciousness, black consciousness, all that. Now it means something totally different. It means to be accepting of everything. That is the new definition of woke. You're not woke unless you're accepting of everything and you have memorized all 82 different pronouns, the new pronouns and genders. Um, you're not woke unless you know all 82 genders and pronouns. So, yeah. And you have to be accepting of uh was it what do they call is it there's a new term for quote unquote pedos. Um Minor attracted persons. Yes, you have to accept minor attracted persons, and you have to be okay with you know, there being drag shows at your local grade school, public grade school. You have to be okay with them doing drag shows and doing drag story time. And yeah, you got to teach your children that genders do not exist, but exist. They don't exist, but they do exist. You're not woke unless you understand that statement. Genders don't exist, but they do exist. Yeah. So, yeah. It's that, like I'm saying on my title, like woke is the new mental illness. That's like anybody who is actually enlightened should not associate with anybody who claim to be woke, who has dyed their hair neon blue, green, or pink or purple, who's calling themselves, um, you know, paint, doing paint pronouns or cat pronouns, uh, hot dog pronouns, freaking game station pronouns. I don't know. It's like the list goes on and on. Like if you shouldn't associate yourself with those people. And it's a lot of people like that. It's, black, white, whatever. Um on like the far left. And it's really crazy. It's really crazy. Um how they adopted the term that was mainly being used in the um you know black conscious sectors. Like they used to use woke a lot when it came to when it was about all black stuff, and um being against the system and all that. But now it's it means you are mentally ill. Like to say you're woke really means that. And I'm going to show you these clips right here of all these woke people, okay? And you're going to see what I mean. Like these are the people that use the term woke now. And it pretty much means that you have to be accepting of every and anything. And if you're not, you're a bigot and you're racist and yeah. So, yeah.
My name is Professor Lionel Longlegs. My pronouns are they, fair, fairs, it, and they, them is just fine. So if you wanted to refer to me, you would say Faye is a drag storyteller. It loves to read, and some of their favorite books are Where the Wild Things Are, and From the Stars in the Sky to the Fish in the Sea. And I have been reading with Drag Storyteller, with Drag Story Hour, for a year and a half. And my drag character is a drag thing that can be anything in the world. Today I'm space, a lot of times I'm a notebook or a car, all sorts of wonderful things.
Hi everyone, this is just a friendly reminder that if a fat person is talking about their own experience with fat phobia, their own experience with their body, with their fat body, their larger body, their plus size body, whatever they fucking want to call it, that when a fat person is talking about their own shit, their own experience, whatever the fuck it is, that's not an invitation for thin people to insert themselves in a conversation that's not about them. Just so you know. Because when a marginalized person, yes, because fat people are marginalized, if you don't...
Dude, I can't change my skin color, but you can change your condition by simply not eating bullshit. Maybe like, yeah, just closing your mouth for 12 hours a day, you know, doing intermittent fasting, eating at night. You will lose a lot of weight doing that. If you do some intermittent fasting, you don't even have to get on a treadmill. Just intermittent fast. Stop eating carbs. People say I could bleach my skin, but that don't change the features that I have, you know. Gonna always be black. But yeah, you wanna say you're a marginalized person, blase blase, but you can change your condition at any point. At any time.
Don't fucking understand that, then look at intersectionality and the different intersections, because body size is one of them. Back to the point, it's not an invitation for thin people to just enter into the space of fat people to talk about themselves. No offense, but this isn't fucking about you. And if you think it is, that's your own fucking projection. Go to therapy and let fat and marginalized people talk.
I'm changing my pronouns a little bit. So for the he, she alternative, instead of pay, it's paint. So now it's paint, paints, paint self. I just think it's easier and it flows better.
I'm going to be teaching you how to use prince, princess pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use shark, sharks pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use flower, flowers pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use wolf, wolves pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use paint, paints pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use cat, cats pronouns and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use that, that's pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use the, verb, viz pronouns and today I'm going to be teaching you how to use thon, thons pronouns and sentences. Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use they, them pronouns.
Did I see that right? Are they so thong? Like thong what you wear as underwear. That's a pronoun. Wow. Hold on. That's crazy.
Today I'm going to be teaching you how to use shrooms pronouns.
Also,
y'all are really calling yourselves shroom out here now? So shroom is a pronoun. Wow. Y'all are calling yourselves shrooms. Okay.
by the way, with The Little Mermaid, can we also just mention that just from a scientific perspective, okay, it doesn't make a lot of sense to have someone with darker skin who lives deep in the ocean. What scientific fucking perspective? It's a story about a mermaid. Those don't even exist. There's an octopus lady that steals people's voices and a singing Jamaican crab. Who gives a fuck?
Okay, so if you're confused about what you're seeing right now, this is an actual transgender teacher, probably somewhere in California or Denver or, you know, one of those blue states. Teaching a, what is this, wood craftsman, what is this, I forgot what class that is, but it's, basically around like using power tools and cutting through stuff. I forgot the name of this class. It's whatever. It's crafts or some shit like that. You know, it's, but yeah. Okay, so they came in with some fake, big fake prosthetic boobs. I'm sure they didn't get a breast job or like that. It takes a while for that stuff to heal. Maybe they did get a breast job and just came into work and, toughed it up. I don't know, but that's, yeah. Um, I guess they were inspired by, said, Martina Big or Grande Big Martina. Remember that lady who got melanin injections and she just keeps getting bigger breast job and butt injections and stuff like that, and just going to extreme with the lip injection, lip fillers and stuff. Hold on, let me see if I said her name right. Or yeah, I think that one was born a woman. Hold on. Let me try another browser, actually. Okay, yes, Martina Big. Okay, I'm gonna show y'all who I'm talking about. Those who live under a rock. Because everybody, whenever I bring up things that I talk, like, just, the things that I talk about, everybody just give me this blank stare, like, what, you know. Okay, this lady right here. So, yeah, this was what they looked like before the melanin injections, and this is what they look like now after the melanin injections. And they identify as a black woman, even though they were born in Austria as a, Caucasian or European. Um, they identify as African, and you can see that they went to Africa. Wow, that is nasty. Okay. So they went to Africa to, I guess, learn the culture and whatever you see here. But wow. Yeah. So that's what I was, just mentioning there, breasts like this. Anyways, let's go back to the video. So yeah, this is an actual teacher, you know, doing this, I guess, to get the attention of the young boys, because a lot of these LGBTQ people, they're using their newfound privilege to you know get access to your children, and a lot of them are like, a lot of them are minor attracted persons. So it's like the LGBTQ thing is used as a Trojan horse to wheel in pedophiles, okay? And we're allowing them to have access to our children because the woke thing to do is to be accepting of all things, including stuff like this, like a male teacher coming in like this, okay? To teach your son how to cut through wood.
This is just a daily reminder that your pronouns should be respected in any healthcare setting. Whether you are transgender or non-binary, whatever you tell the healthcare team your pronouns are exactly what every single member of the healthcare team should be referring to you as. Just because you're in a healthcare setting, and even if you're presenting with a problem that is related to a body part associated with your gender assigned at birth.
Okay, so you're having problems down there, right? Okay, and they do all types of tests, and they tell you, oh, you have a fibroid tumor or something in your ovary, sir. So that's how it's supposed to go, Mr. Pete. We have to remove your ovary, or we have to remove this tumor out your ovary, sir. Okay. Or like, a ma'am comes in there, with issues down there, and, the whole the testy is swollen, so, okay. I get it, yeah. We'll respect your pronouns, sir, ma'am, Zim, shroom, paint. I already say Zim. Okay, all right. Let's start this back up.
Does not mean that your pronouns should not be respected. I had a mother of a patient who was very lovely and totally respected her child's they/them pronouns. And when I confirmed that those were in fact the child's pronouns, the mother said yes, but we totally understand if you need to refer to them as their biological sex, given that we're in a healthcare setting and they're presenting with these certain issues. And I said no. I said what we are treating has nothing to do with the child's gender identity, and their pronouns will be respected, so you don't have to worry about that. And when we would round on the patient, whenever somebody would use the wrong pronouns, I would respectfully correct them. One good thing that came out of this is that my supervisor actually asked me to give a talk to the rest of the healthcare team about transgender and non-binary patients in the healthcare setting.
That time I played tug-of-war with a baby.
Hey everybody, I'm the gender doula. If you need a letter either for starting hormones or for surgery, or if you can get one letter but you actually need 2 letters for surgery, I have a service for you. This is Gallup. It's thegallup.org. That's THEGALAP.org. It's a letter writing project where various practitioners sign on and they say that they're willing to provide letters, and then you have the opportunity to contact them and get a letter set up for free. Now, I have not personally used this service, but I have quite a few clients who have, and they've all been quite satisfied. This is a great way to avoid the gatekeeping that comes from the letter and to get your letter regardless of your financial situation. I hope that helps.
Here are some tips to help you learn your students' pronouns. Are you a boy or a girl? Here's what you can do instead. Here
of your financial situation. I hope that
It's never about the financial situation. It's always like you have to have your mental evaluation before. But this, I guess, bypasses all of that, which is dangerous, okay? Especially for those who are young and thinking about doing it. Like if you're a teen and thinking about like changing or whatever, like you should really wait until like you're 16, 17, 18, up in those ages before really changing, because you don't know. Like you actually need to experience, I say experience before you actually change and get things cut off, okay? And know for sure, you get it cut off before, then you'll never be able to really know, okay? And you'll never be able to lose your virginity, okay, if you cut it off, okay? Like it's only gonna be butt play and oral for the rest of your life, and that is, you're never gonna be pleasured doing any of that. It's going to be a horrible life. So I know most liberal parents do not actually sit down and give their children the real talk and let them know what's really going to happen to them when they go to get these surgeries. Like, it's all about, them, and I guess they get clout for having a transgender child. They wrap their identity around, having this transgender child or whatever, and, have, joining transgender parent groups and going into outings and all that and stuff like that. I know it's really popular to be trans and gay and all that right now. So, yeah. But you should, if you love your child, you should really give them a real talk about this, like, and make sure, really sure that they are that way, and they, actually have gender dysphoria, where they actually do believe that they are the opposite sex, because some are just, following the crowd, confused, or, just trying to make you happy or whatever, mom or dad. Give them the talk, let them know that, hey, yes, your private part, it's gonna be removed forever, and if they are virgins, let them know what it's used for completely, okay? I mean, you're willing to take them to drag shows, and they've probably been exposed to a lot of other stuff, anyway. So you might as well tell them the truth and give them, like, the actual talk, and let them, like, if they're old enough, they need to experience, if they're 16, 17, 18 is the best age, to even think about doing any type of, which, some people will argue that's still too young, but yeah. You can, that is child abuse, mutilating your child before they even, get into the realm of becoming, sexually active, and, children shouldn't even be that, you should really wait till they're, like, up there in age, like 17, 18, really 18, that's legal. That's really the right age, 18. But some will say, oh, you waited too long. They already, went through the puberty and, have masculine features. Y'all want to catch it before the masculine features get in there. I understand. Y'all don't want to do, the hormones after, muscle and strong jaws and the Adam's apple protrudes and all that. I understand, but, like, so many transgenders develop, like, depression and just mental disorders after, they grow up and then realize what the fuck they've done. Like, they become very suicidal. Some, actually do start having sexual urges for the opposite sex after, 16, 17, or 18. And for some, it's already too late because parents went ahead with the hormone therapy and, actually signed off for them to get, things removed. So yeah, that's all I'm saying. Like, just wait a while and let your child experience life, a little bit, be a 16, 17, or 18-year-old. And then from there, yeah, if they still feel like they have gender dysphoria, do something about it. But doing stuff to children, letting children make these decisions, it's just not good. It's really, they can't make decisions like that. These are permanent decisions. You're asking 11, 12, 13-year-old to, make. And it's like, no. You're not a good parent.
Here are some tips to help you learn your students' pronouns. Are you a boy or a girl? Here's what you can do instead. Here, I like to use a Google form or a Microsoft form or any other survey app that works for you. I've stopped asking what your preferred pronouns are, and instead I say what are your pronouns, because your pronoun is part of your identity and not just a personal preference. One of the very important questions I like to ask is,
these are the type of teachers that your children have now, okay, in these schools, especially if you're in blue state, okay? This is what he's doing, you know, at night when he's supposed to be like putting together like the class lecture for the next day or whatever, or grading. He's like going on here on Survey Monkey or whatever the fuck this website's called, and creating a survey for your child to fully understand their pronouns. Like, why is that important? Why do you need to know their... Okay, all right, now I'm sure like most of these schools are like that now anyway. Like, you'll get like that information when they come in. Like, I think, what is it, like the parents will, like, if the child is truly transgender, like they will give all the teachers notice. Like, that's what I've been hearing now. That's what they do. So like, this is unnecessary. And if, you know, the child actually do have a pronoun that they want you to use, like, you know, the first day, I think, don't you ask the kids about themselves? They raise their hand, or you tell them to stand up and tell me about yourself. You know, I remember doing that every homeroom, you know, and even in elementary, you know, you would tell the class about yourself. So if, you know, they identify as whatever the fuck, they will tell the class. And if they really want the whole class to call them cat self, cat and cat self, or zim zim zer, or they identify as a whale, well, yeah, you'll know that. Like, this is really unnecessary, but okay.
may I use these pronouns in front of your parents or guardians? The reason why is because students may feel comfortable around you or their peers, but they might not be ready to let their parents know which pronouns they are using. And if a student uses different pronouns with you, their peers, or their parents, it's not your business.
See, the teachers keeping secrets from that's no. This is why you should homeschool your children. Like, honestly, like, they're trying to build these relationships with your children. You know, they can trust the teacher. Oh, we'll just, you know, we won't tell your parents. You know, you can be, you know, whatever you know. The parents should know if their child is cross-dressing, okay, or being, you know, going home, or leaving the house dressed as a boy and then coming to school and changing into a dress, okay? That the parents should know, okay? Like, no. And then you can tell that this guy is sweet. Look at his face. He's probably interested in your son, okay?
Business to ask why. Using their pronouns respectfully is a great way to start building that relationship.
I'm worried about the Queen's death, and not because I care about that woman. I have no love for a white supremacist imperialist colonizer. But whenever the power structure of a country is disrupted, far-right groups will use this as a recruitment opportunity. They will use the collective mourning of the nation as a tool to normalize their rhetoric in the eyes of the public. And this can be very effective on people who might not be outright reactionary, but do have some kind of parasocial relationship with the monarchy. And as a trans person, the UK worries me. Because not only does it have a history of openly embracing systemic transphobia, but the new Prime Minister, Liz Truss, is a very loudly anti-trans politician. So this is something that we have to be very conscious of. Pay attention to how they handle messaging for the next few weeks. Because as much as I would like to be celebrating the demise of a fascist, there is always another one waiting behind.
If I ever have to have an abortion, you bet I'm gonna have a fucking party. I'm like gonna have like cupcakes with like aborted fetuses drawn on them, lots of snacks, I'm gonna come up with some sort of cocktail and call it the aborted fetus, and me and all of my friends are just gonna hang out, eat a bunch of yummy dead fetus themed food, get drunk, and have a great old time.
You lose control. Music make you lose control.
But yes, I am so happy I discovered this Twitter page here, Libs of TikTok. They're like always exposing these psychopaths. Hold on, can I log in? I gotta log in. Crap. It's been a while since I've been on Twitter. Like, my Twitter page has been shadow banned since 2012, 2013. Like, and it's just every post I make, it just goes nowhere. So I don't really use Twitter at all. So, but yeah. So yeah, all ages drag show at a bar, and there's this little boy there. Okay, and yes, of course, the drag queen will just be straight, just attracted to the child. Just go straight to the child. Oh. Okay. But yeah. If y'all can't see that these people are demons, then I just, yes, they represent the Baphomet that, Freemasons worship. Okay. They are the embodiment of the archons. Okay. The only people who should have, like, the option to change their pronouns are those who are actually born intersex. Those are the ones who should be, like, confused. There's actually people who are born every day with two genders, okay, and it's between the boy and the girl, okay. So it's always been, three. People argue that it's only two, but y'all want to ignore the fact that, okay, hermaphrodites have been a phenomenon, in our reality. Okay, it's a rare thing that happens, but it happens. Okay, it's rare because it don't happen over here in America. It happens a lot over there in Africa and in India and in parts of Europe also. Okay, they're all related. Okay, they're all the same people. They're all the Africans, okay, over there, okay, on that side of the world. I try to break down all skin folk and kinfolk, okay. We're not all the same, okay. These Jesuits want to put all brown, dark brown people in a box. We're not all the same. We all come from the same people, or same origin, same origin. We're not all descendants of Lucy or primates or whatever. So yeah, okay, hold on. But that's a whole different topic for another day. I've been breaking that down on my YouTube channel. I have multiple videos already breaking this down. How the transatlantic slave trade story just do not make sense whatsoever. Due to the fact that there are ocean tides, the tides, and the ships they were using in the 1600s, 1600s, they did not have steam engines. They did not have engines or motors whatsoever. So these ships used the ocean tides to get about, and it took months to get to certain places, using ocean, the the tides, but yes, I already broke that down in my Everything's a Lie video on BitChute. Everything is a Lie. I think it's part 2. Okay. Yeah. Part 2 has the breakdown of the ocean tides, how it just the whole story that these Jews gave us about the transatlantic slave trade. It just don't make sense whatsoever. Okay, it was dumb of us to even ask, foreigners our nationality, our history. We should have been getting our history from our ancestors. Okay, our ancestors, most of us who actually asked, our ancestors, our grandparents, great grandparents, and so forth, that they told you that you're part Indian or Indian or those terms. They use those terms, okay? And they only say part because, I mean, come on, like for the past 80 years, they've been using only Plains Indians images, which, the Plains Indians or natives, the Plains natives, they look mongoloid. They primarily look mongoloid, but those were not the only natives or indigenous people